Good morning, welcome back to On the Road Adventure, and we are woken up back in our tent in a place called La Fossa in Italy.
Yeah, so it was really nice, very cold, and it's quite late now, so we have an intentionally slow morning, but there's nothing we can do about it.
It's camping for you. We've realised right away, we've been staying in cheap accommodation recently, and it's been so much easier, and camping, it just slows everything right down, but it's something you have to accept as part of the pace. And just take your time. Do you know what my favourite thing about camping is? Actually this bit that takes the time, sitting around in the morning,
I think this
cooking
one is
your
the
eggs,
best.
having your coffee, sitting in the sunshine. There's no reason to rush this bit, really.
5 eggs omelette to keep you happy today.
That'll keep us going. Big moment. Is it going in one? Place your bets now. Excellent job. I think maybe I personally got used to the comforts of using hotels and apartments whilst it was so cheap in the Balkans, and coming back up through mainland Europe, Italy and Spain, France and all those things, we all know just how expensive accommodation can be. I mean, camping, for example, is still going to cost you 30-35 euros a night. So I wonder how many of you do moto camping because you really enjoy the camping aspect of it, or how many of you are doing it just because it's the affordable option, and if you could really, would you go to a hotel or would you still stick with the tent? Well, the time has come for us to leave the campsite. See you later, bud. Nice fella there, he's travelling on his own in his van, chilling out. Interesting, we've been debating with that guy, he does a lot of travelling as well, sometimes with his wife, sometimes on his own. And he thinks that the magic solution to travelling is going for 3 or 4 weeks and then returning home and enjoying your home and feeling fresh, and then coming back and going again 3 or 4 weeks and doing the same thing. And I think that idea is starting to grow with us, rather than to see how long you can go as a sort of like a challenge, almost like you're trying to beat a personal best. Thank you, bye.
Well, what can I say? We like home.
I think it's fair to say that I'm definitely feeling a little bit burnt out. We've been on the road a long time now, and as well as our normal travelling and stuff, we'll make the videos and everything, and we edit, and we know how lucky we are to be doing that, and we're very thankful for that. But it is work, and there does come a point when you need to just take a break and come back refreshed. So being that we have a limited amount of days to be in Europe now anyway, I think we're gonna make a fairly swift exit now, head back to the UK, and I think it's time for us to take a break.
We had a lot of rest days in the last 2-3 weeks. We realized that the rest days, we're not actually physically tired. I think we are mentally tired, and that's something you cannot fix while being on the road doing what we do. When I say rest day, I kind of mean staying at the hotel or campsite for a bit longer, catching up on editing and do some resting if you get the time, but usually we don't. I don't want this to sound like we're moaning about doing YouTube, because we're not. The best thing that happened to us, and we feel like we built the best community we could have wished for. All of you are just amazing. We just need to find a good way of doing it instead of burning ourselves to the ground, because when you have days like that, you're not even recording it properly, and it's not to the full potential that it could be.
Yeah, I absolutely want to second that. We are eternally grateful to every one of you, that is with us, that enjoys our travels, just enjoys hanging out with us. I often say I feel like we've got friends that we've never met, and actually we would quite like to meet a lot of you, and you spend more time at social events. For example, we have been away the whole summer in the UK. We have missed all of our local bike nights. We have missed a lot of the bike shows and events and things we would usually go to. We've missed our own personal friends and family and events that go on there as well. So living on the road and doing this permanently in a one go, there is a high price to pay. I think we both feel like we've hit that, and we need to learn from it and change what we're doing. Well, we have been smashing out the miles for the last few hours. I'm not entirely sure how many we've done, but it has been heads down and empty a tank of fuel, and that's exactly what we have achieved. Where is all this webcam? Right, let's just go here. There's no markings here. This will do us here.
I went inside. They have a lot of great looking food, and I went for pizza.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's
But
a good looking pizza.
it's a surprise,
Right.
and you have to guess what's in it.
That is sweet. Is that apple?
No.
What is it?
Pear.
Pear? Pear on a pizza?
Pear, speck,
Very
and
strange.
there's some cheese as well.
Sun is absolutely cooking us now. That was a fantastic ride though.
We've got mortadella, mozzarella, and some pistachio.
Ham and nuts to me and you. Oddly, pear pizza isn't bad. You ever get bored at home, want to try that, I recommend.
Pear pizza, who knew?
Right, we are fed and watered. Now the bikes need some fuel as well. I just wanted to show you something because it took us far too long on a previous trip. You get petrol this side, that will cost you £2.18 and the man's going to pump it for you. You get petrol this side, it's going to cost you £1.75 and you're going to do it yourself. On a previous trip, we spent far too long trying to figure that one out. Cost us a few quid. Learn from us.
We're in the Airbnb apartment now with a cup of tea each, chamomile I believe, and we've done today 433 kilometers, which, well, it was only motorway to be fair, and it felt like forever, but we at least covered some distance. We whizzed by Tuscany. I think where we are right now, it's Tuscany technically, and we just saw the most amazing sunset. All of our staff are in the flat making the mess. Rich is trying to upload a video, but it seems there is no Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi is not good, I'm afraid. Well,
hopefully tomorrow will be better. We're just gonna go to sleep, but we'll see you in the morning.
Good morning. We've come downstairs and it is bright and sunny here in Italy.
Yeah, it's really nice. We've got a few more days of sunshine, and I believe in 5 days or so, rain starts. So today, unfortunately, will not be any sightseeing in Italy. We just need to get to France.
We want to play it safe a little bit. We want to get past these Alps before the bad weather comes in. So.
Yeah, there is loads of things that I wanted to see in this area, but I don't think it's the best time. The highest pass in French Alps, we're gonna be passing close to it. It's 2,800 meters, which is the highest one for the French Alps at least. So yeah, but I don't think we're gonna do that.
No, as we discovered on our last trip, we went around France and did the Pyrenees and stuff. France is a massive country, it's beautiful, and there's so much to see, which, you know, we had our eyes open to it last time by just taking the time to use the small roads. And I think we're going to dedicate a whole nother trip to just doing France.
Right.
So we'll leave that for another day.
Here is the plan. If you put in SatNav, from here to Calais, it works out just under 1,600 kilometers. If you put from here, we are around after Florence, right? If you put it from here to Roscoff, it works out maybe 100 kilometers more, not a big difference. And this is the route we chose.
There's a lot of France we haven't seen that
exactly,
way.
And we enjoy France a bit more than the just transiting through Switzerland, Luxembourg, Belgium, and all that. So we thought we'd just do it differently than we always do. And then from Roscoff, we're going to go to Plymouth, and from Plymouth, it's not that far home, where it's much further if we go to Folkestone. So I prefer to ride in France.
Make hay while the sun shines. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Pretty much packed up now, just the last touches and we're ready to go. Just riding away from this little village. I mean, it's more of a town really. We're gonna go back on the motorway so we can still enjoy the nice houses and all the The views here.
I think we both really like the way some of the Italian houses look. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it's all the wooden shutters and everything outside. It just looks different to what we know, I guess, to our red brick houses at home.
It would be really good if we're passing by a petrol station before we join the motorway, because the motorway prices seem to be much higher. Lucky for us, there is a petrol station. 169.
Well, we have successfully just got through another tank of petrol. Anybody who had any questions whether this was a good bike for touring on, I reckon we've answered those for you. I feel fresh as a daisy. We've done about 300 kilometers, no problem.
We've been riding 4 hours. We had 2 stops, but yeah, 300 kilometers. It sounds like feels like we did more actually.
Well, it looks like it's time to pay the bill on the toll road. I am absolutely dreading this. Right, what's the damage then? Right, it does say Class A. Insert ticket. 33.7 euros. We thought we were done with the toll road, but literally a couple of kilometers down the road there's another one. We should know better, and we have done this before and it's a right old nuisance, but sometimes you just got to make up the time, and it just saves you so much time using these toll roads. But they know they can fleece you for it. £1.90. We're nearly done with these tolls and motorways though. We've got 46 minutes left to a destination we picked, which is more or less on the French border, and then we're going to slow things back down and enjoy the scenic views again. Well, we just stopped at Liddell's, finally off the motorway. We couldn't bear that much longer, and yeah, we looked for some accommodation, but we found ourselves in a bit of a spot. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place where we are. If we continue on the motorway, it's another 2 hours to the border of France, and it's going to be dark by the time we get there, and we're going to be stressing trying to look for some accommodation. And the other problem is just over the other side of the border is cities such as Grenoble, where the ACT guys recently had their Tenere stolen, so we're not really interested in being over there. We want to pass right through. So that means camping where we are now, but it might be a bit cold for that. We are surrounded by beautiful mountains, although oddly there's a bit of a weird smog thing going on, and it seems that the campsite we're going to is really popular with other bikers and people using trails.
Who knows, maybe we got to do some off-roads tomorrow, I don't know. There is a lot around here. It looks like a bike at heaven. Sadly, we don't have enough time to actually explore this. Wow, hopefully the campsite is not very high up, so it's not gonna get really, really cold.
Beautiful twisty roads to end the day with today, surrounded by the mountains, but the temperature's plummeting, which is a little bit worrying. We'll be right there. We got some excellent sleeping bags and camping kit. I have much faith in that stuff.
This place really looks magical and very abandoned. I don't know what's going on, but there's loads and loads of buildings and castle and whatnot. Really nice.
Going up the switchbacks now. We're sleeping in the mountains tonight.
Campsite's got a bar and everything. Oh, lady at the reception waiting for you already.
Right, well, I've been in and seen the man. There was no bargaining to be done for a pod. 65 euros.
To be fair, I just had a quick look at the pods and they look proper fancy.
Well, it's a proper fancy price tag. I'm sorry, but for camping in a shed outside for one night, I think 65 quid's a bit rich, isn't it? You know, we spend a lot less than that on apartments on Airbnb and stuff.
Well, this is not Albania anymore.
Well, we paid 26 euros and we're going to sleep in the tent, and we've been warned it's going to get quite chilly. Toilets and showers there. There's a lot of people here. Look, what's going on here? They're all Matiz, aren't they? All those little cars. It's amazing how many people are still camping and how popular it is. Crazy cars. I think they're Matiz. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. Yeah. And if that's right, I believe they're like 600cc cars or something. I bet they're going off on a right old mission with them.
Yeah, that's right. They're all from the Netherlands. Amazing. That must be so much fun. And I bet you they go off-roading.
As quick as we managed to get the tent up and get our kit sorted, it got dark so fast. So now we're out camp cooking again, just with the head torch. You have to ignore the flickering, I'm afraid. It messes with the frame rate. So what's on the menu, chef?
Well, selection of meat, everything pork, very thin pork loin. I couldn't find a normal one. One sausage, and some salads.
We did get a chance to speak with the lads over here with the small cars all kitted up, and it turns out they're all on a workout in team building, if you like, and so they've all bought their cars. They had to buy one for less than £1,000, and they've raised up the suspension so that it's not bottoming out, although apparently they keep hitting fuel lines and things, and they've been driving these on the off-road tracks.
It's kind of cold for camping, but I actually like it, and I'm really looking forward to the morning, and I will show you how it looks around us, because the mountains look really, really good.
It's gonna be beautiful tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that coffee and the sunshine and just watching everything around me.
Welcome to a very peaceful campsite right here in the valley between the mountains. We're getting close to the border of France. We're still in Italy, but we've got about 1,200 kilometers to do to get to the Roscoff ferry, and I've only got 5 days remaining in the Schengen zone. Eva's up doing amazing things for breakfast this morning. This plate of healthy looking stuff, I assume, is not mine.
No, it's not.
Got one of these amazing Spanish potato tortilla things frying away on the trangia this morning.
I think you actually have 6 days on your Schengen days, but anyway, we need to double check.
Now herein lies the problem. This Schengen days thing, it is so complicated, it almost feels like it is designed so that you do get it wrong, so that they get the opportunity to fine you. That's the cynic in me anyway.
Well, we'll see, but you know what, we've been awake from like 7 a.m, but it was so cold.
Freezing.
Didn't want to leave the tent was wet actually, and only about 10:30 when the sun hit the tent, you actually get out and start doing things, so we are quite late now.
We literally sat here and watched the sun chase across this camping field, and as the sun come across and hit the other campers, everybody started packing up and disappearing, but of course, we parked our tent on the far side of the field, which meant we were last to get the sun, which of course means we are last to leave.
Oh wow, I enjoy the views. It's time to leave this really lovely campsite. It was better than I was expecting it to be. It did cost us 26 euros for 2 motorcycles, and washing and drying was 5 at each, which is standard. And this campsite is called Gran Bosco Camping and Lodge. There's loads of lodges. I don't know how much they are. The small ones were £65, so I don't even dare to ask how much the luxurious one are going for. I think I like camping more than Rich does, actually. And even in this cold, it's so nice. The only problem is getting organised and get going. It's 1 o'clock now. almost.
Rich actually liked camping, even though it was cold last night. It was really nice this morning. We've woke up, we've been sat here in the grass, in the sunshine. You know, that feeling when you just sat round with the sun on your back, you know, and you're just chilling out drinking coffee. That's what camping is to me. Not when it's dark and it's cold and you're still not fed and you arrive too late again. That's when camping really sucks. The important thing with it is allowing enough time so that you have the time to relax. Otherwise, there's no point.
Is there a late checkout fee?
No, there's no late checkout fee here. The guy actually said, he said, chill out, hang around to about 12 o'clock. He said, wait till that sun comes over the mountains and it'll be a different atmosphere completely. And he was spot on. Well, me and my Tenere are looking forward to the day. I reckon the first part of today is going to be some good views. Ah, it's great when you're on the bike and the sun's shining, isn't it? I was so right. First few miles, twisties. I absolutely love it. Look at those mountains in the distance. It's like a painting around there. I don't think I've said it for a while. Oh, I love my Tenere. This thing, it takes us along the motorways in brilliant comfort. Now we've had the seat done, and carves up these twisties as well. It's so much fun, keeping a smile on your face. Join the motorway now, but as views go while you're sailing down the motorway, it is not too bad. Doing this next little stretch on the motorway saved us hours of going in and around the hills, and we wanted to spend some time in France. We really like France, you know. I feel bad when we first started out. We were getting France so wrong, and I slated it a little bit because it's a massive country and you can just stay on the main roads and sail right through everything that's good. I think we've stumbled across a toll situation for a tunnel. Motos over here.
We think this could be a very long tunnel. I wish that the Google Maps gave you a bit more indication of what you're paying for. Is it a 150 toll or is it like 50 euro toll? Oh well, we're here now.
36 euros? 36.90.
For only 12 kilometers.
And all of it looks exactly like this. Very boring experience really. 70 kilometers an hour. Supposed to keep 150 meters between you and the vehicle in front. Ah, you're still in range, Eva.
500 meters to exit. This was 13 kilometers. It's quite pleasant and warm, so I'm not complaining.
Ah, thank God for that. Light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, fresh air. Beautiful. Gonna find Eva now. Well, welcome to France anyway. Well, this is a little bit we're in. I've been riding for a little while now, but there's no place to stop, so I'm hoping Eva's just carried on as well and is following the same route. Hopefully I'll catch her up in a while. Goes to show just how important the comms are, the cardo units. We rely on them all the time, but because of the distance created in the tunnel, we're too far apart for them to work, so we just have to trust that each other's doing the same thing, and hopefully I can catch her up soon. Well, luckily with cardo, once you're out of range of each other, you can just push the button and get your phone to call. So that's what I did, and it turns out Eva is just somewhere ahead of me, but it is on the same road, so I will catch her up in due course. Again though, without the cardo, I wouldn't be able to phone her without stopping. I'd have no idea if she'd stopped or if she'd carried on.
Rich just found me. And here is another toll booth, but I put the no tolls in my sat nav for reference, and I believe at the campsite it was saying 15 hours and 40 minutes. Now, because we done that tunnel, it's 12 and a half hours. That is a massive saving. I mean, they know what they're doing. You would spend the same money on fuel, to be fair, or you know, stops and coffees and whatnot if it took you longer. It's just like the Brittany ferries. They know what they're doing. It doesn't matter which one you take, it all costs you the same, whether you take the ferry or you ride. It's just so crafty.
So that works out then at 10 euros per hour of travel. And as you say, that probably does work out to the tank of fuel on a motorbike, which might explain the different charges between bikes, cars and lorries. They've worked it out to the penny.
It's really, really clever, they know what they're doing, and you've got no choice. Either way, you're paying the same. I hate paying tolls, it's not the best thing, but what can you do? We've been knocking down the miles pretty good, but the sunshine's gone, so we think it is wise to put the waterproofs on. If it's not gonna rain, at least we're not gonna be as cold as we are right now, because the waterproofs make a massive difference as a windbreaker, at least for me.
Oh, I've been overdue this one for some time. It's like a warm hug on the inside, nice proper coffee. It's been a cold few miles. Eva's providing cheapskates dinner here. What's on the super saver menu?
Every night I go to the shop, I buy too much. So we've got 3 yogurts left, some figs and some biscuits, and some cheese if you want cheese. I had a look on this petrol station and the food is actually quite nice, and it's like 6-7 euros for the salad, which actually is not the most expensive that we've seen. In Italy it seemed to be quite expensive for a slice of pizza.
The French peage motorways and service stations, they are very good. You have to pay for them, but I know some people will spend the night here and camp here, which you can do. I'm not sure I would want to do that. It's a bit noisy and too many people coming and going.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't. I would never sleep here. Just look at this. Here is you and the bikes. There's a little bit of a green grass and there is some tables and chairs over there. But you are at the petrol station with hundreds, thousands of people passing by. It cannot be safe. It almost feels like if you are going to be attacked in your sleep in the tent, it is going to be in a dodgy place like this.
Caffeinated and fed. We've both opted for the waterproofs top and bottoms. It is very cold. We're hoping we'll get through the day dry, but we'll see. So our plan is to continue on the main road, sadly, but that does mean that we get to bypass the cities coming up, both Grenoble and Lyon. 1,022 kilometres left on this route, about 9.5 hours, be a little bit more if we avoid the motorways. Well, we're in a French city now. I can't remember the name of it, nor can I say it, but we have found some accommodation here that is supposed to be gated. So, I reckon we're here. And we are on the usual Airbnb wild goose chase. So what's happening here? Let's see what we got. Most importantly, it does look like we have secure parking behind the gate. That's all that really matters to me. Morning.
Well, we had a good sleep. It's 10 a.m. now, and well, that's quite early for us to leave. The weather doesn't look very inviting. We were thinking maybe to take a quick detour and go and see the volcanoes, because we are in the volcano region, but it's very, very misty. I don't think we're gonna see much or enjoy very much. It's very cold, and we're just gonna head to Roscoff.
We are very keen to go home now, really, aren't we? We've been on the road a long time, sleeping in our tent, you know, there's nothing like your own bed and stuff, you know. Yeah, I'm quite excited for it.
And we have, depends on what road we're going to take, we've got either 10 hours off the motorways, or we've got 7.5, including the motorway.
Do you know what, I was thinking about this yesterday. We don't name our motorcycles.
No.
But if I was going to name my Tenere, I would call him Rover.
Why?
Because he's like a little puppy dog, right? Rover doesn't give a shit where we're going. It doesn't care if we're getting loaded up, right, and doing the ACT and bouncing all over the rocks, or if we're going to get on the bike and do 600 kilometres at 140 kilometres an hour down the motorway.
Yeah.
He's keen as mustard. He wants to go every day.
I must say that I was quite comfortable doing all the long miles, and
Brilliant.
obviously that the fact that we changed the seat helped and changed the game massively. But riding wise, the engine, it's all happy to do all the big miles.
I can honestly say I've had a lot of motorcycles. This Tenere is my favourite, I think. It does everything brilliantly. Only problem with Rover is he's wagging his tail and he's keen as hell to go, but he needs some fuel first. And as if by magic, supplies.
I was looking forward to seeing a volcano region, but even if we made a detour, look, it just doesn't make sense. You cannot see anything around you. Well, we have to do France many times over. It's just so much to see in here. It's not a country of fuck all after all. And 7 kilometers left, and that'll take us just under 6 hours if we're lucky. I don't think the whole way is motorway paid. Some of it is, but I think we out of that region when you have to pay every 5 minutes, which is great. Neck buffs are out, so we need to wear one each, and also the latex gloves, because we only have summer gloves with us. I believe is gonna make a massive difference. The worst right now for me when riding the last 300 or whatever many kilometers was the cold in my hands, and because your hands are cold you just get cold overall, and yeah, so it's not really good. We just finished a tank of fuel and it's time to stop, refuel, have something hot to drink, maybe something to eat.
Honestly, this bike is so good. We've just knocked out, I don't know, probably nearly 300 kilometers. We run out of tank, but you know, we've been flat out the whole way really. But comfort issues, no problem at all. There's no wind buffeting or anything like that. Such a good bike. I'm so in love with this Tenere. The only thing that I know others have done is you can get a bigger tank to extend the range, but of course you're also adding on a lot of extra weight, and I'm not sure I fancy that.
My hands are just frozen now. It's been 12 degrees.
194 a litre, what a bargain. This is a bit of an old school trick this, but the old ones are the best. You'd be amazed the difference it makes putting on a pair of these rubber gloves underneath your normal gloves. Of course, a much more sensible option is to have appropriate gloves and not just summer gloves, but it is what it is and we use what we got. Right then, I'll tell you what, the French know how to make a cracking sandwich and a nice bit of cake. They might charge you a fortune for these motorway services, but the thing is you don't really feel ripped off when you spend €5 on a cake, but it turns out to be bloody amazing, you know. We have 607 kilometers to Roscoff, which in theory would take us about 5 hours and 50 minutes. You know, I'm always against the whole motorway journey and everything, but we've got a purpose, and you know, it almost feels like a bit of a challenge, a bit of a fun game, knocking out all these kilometers, and I'm not enjoying it, if you know what I mean. Settling down, got Metallica Ride the Lightning playing on Mikado, all is well. Okay, I'm at the next toll station, please be gentle with me. £19.60. We just come off the motorway. The sun has finally decided to turn up, which is very nice indeed. So we're warming up. We'll come off the boring motorway and we thought we'd see a little bit of French countryside. Mainly because we do need fuel again soon. We've been knocking out the miles. There's only just over 400 kilometers left to do now. So by coming off, we can enjoy better roads, cheaper petrol and no tolls.
We've got 2 hours and 22 minutes riding left. That is 219 kilometers. We just saw a sign for the McDonald's. That is always good. I like to park my bike just where I can see it, and then have some coffee or something. Here. Oh, perfect.
Our situation is, well, there we are. I've just been updated now. When we were in McDonald's, I messaged an Airbnb to see if we could stay there, but we didn't get a reply. That's the only problem with Airbnb, is they got like 24 hours to yay or nay. So we decided we would set off and start riding towards it, but I've just had it come up now on the notification that that one has been declined. So Eva has messaged another one in reserve. Hopefully that one will pan out. If not, I guess we'll get close to Roscoff and find a campsite, or maybe find another hotel. Quick update, we had to stop for some petrol. Eva's gone. We're struggling to find anyone on booking.com. We're parking for the bike, so we've gone on Airbnb again and messaged another one and requested to book. So hopefully, he's about 15 minutes on down this road. Hopefully he'll message back and say that's okay. If not, we'll stop again and see what else we can do. Campsites aren't answering the phone. They like to pack in early in France.
Yeah, I've selected instant book on Airbnb, and it still took me, once I went through the payment and everything, it said, oh, we'll let you know when they accept. So very lost with the whole Airbnb stuff. We do have a tent, and you see, worst case scenario, we're just gonna pull Freddy Dobbs on the service station. That's just the worst that is gonna happen. So we'll see. We are in the room now, so somewhere safe to leave the bikes. It's a very small village, so we're quite lucky, and it's pretty much en route. Really tired. Rich is already sleeping. We've done many miles today. I can't remember how many, but it's nearly 800 or 700 something, so kilometers, so quite a lot. So we'll go to sleep. I'll see you in the morning.
Good morning. We had a lovely night's stay here in this beautiful converted barn. The fella's been doing a great job building it. It's not finished yet, but the area we were in was absolutely lovely. Anyway, we've got about 1 hour and 20 minutes to Roscoff ferry port. We've got a few hours to kill, so we're going to get on the bikes now, head off and be sat there ready and waiting with a coffee.
I wonder how many days it's going to take to be at home to miss being on the road.
About 3, I reckon. Wow, another beautiful day, rural France this time.
Couldn't find a safer location for the bikes. This is pretty much in the middle of nowhere. One neighbour across the road and that's it.
We are very envious of our host last night. I mean, look at this in the middle of the fields. Absolutely beautiful place to be. Peace and quiet, nobody about. Right, well, it looks like we found where everybody's having lunch. Bikes here, look. Wow, I can really see the appeal of Brittany. We've only had a 5 minutes riding through here, through the town of Roscoff. It's really pretty, really nice. I know a lot of English bikers come here, and we will definitely have a trip ourselves to Brittany.
If you know of any great places we should visit, or all of your favourite places, let us know. We're gonna visit them.
Definitely, put them in the comments and we'll put a map together around the area and we will come and see it all. Oh, it's rather nice sat here, isn't it?
Really nice, and I like the ambience of it. Like, there's so many people, and there's the noise of things being cooked and people eating. And it's sunny, but it's cold.
So we know that in France there's a thing of dish of the day or menu of the day. So no questions asked, that's what I've got.
And I've got pretty much the same, but with beef, so I have no clue what it's going to be. But knowing me, I probably eat it anyway.
It's a really nice harbour and everything. It's a little bit windy, but the sun's out. Everything looks really pretty. It's nice.
We saw other bikers on the way in. They enjoying the sunshine in the other restaurant, which thinking, wish there was a sunshine here on us.
Oh, we're in the shady corner. That's what's happened there.
Yeah. Your pork have arrived. What?
That is not what I was expecting. In fact, I have no idea what that is.
Looks good.
It does look good.
That's my beef chips and blue sauce.
That looks better. Well, we had a fine meal here. Really enjoyed that. It's been really pleasant just sitting outside, watching the world go by. A great way to spend an hour before the ferry.
We've got plenty of time to get on the ferry. I think the website says you should be there 45 minutes before. And yeah, so we'll be plenty earlier.
Bikes are usually first on, last off, so hopefully we won't have to wait around. We can get in and sit in the warm. Well, that's the border controls done. Nice, quick and easy. Join lane 1. There is a lovely Yamaha phaser up front. That's the box eye. Always been a fan. After a nice chat with a cyclist lady there, she's travelling around France and all she's got is a bivvy bag and a few basic bits with her. Fair play to her. So she just pulls up in the field, gets a bivvy bag out, sleeps, and on she goes again. We just sat here on the ferry now, enjoying our coffee and a cup of tea.
A cup of tea, English cup of tea.
We're sort of like reflecting on our journey over the last few months and yeah, highlights, upsides, downsides, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so we've been travelling for just over 3 months. That includes about a week and a half or so sat at my sister's place, just editing and working really. So I don't know, it feels like we've seen a lot. It feels much longer than 3 months.
It does, it feels like forever to be honest. But I think if we're honest, we also feel like we intended this idea of travelling to go on for as long as we were able to maintain it.
This was our test basically, because we thought about, should we give up the flat and just travel?
Live on our bikes.
Just live on the bikes. And I think it's a little bit of a romanticised version of reality of travels.
Definitely.
And anyone who travels around the world and all that, I mean, if that suits you, great.
I think to do that in a one-er, I think you'll probably spoil it for yourself anyway, because actually no matter, you know, who says what, the reality is it becomes work.
Yeah.
Getting up, packing your stuff, moving on every day, waking up in a foreign bed in a place that you don't recognise, eating food that you don't know.
Yeah, and the reality is a lot of the times, you know, you don't get what you want or what you think is comfortable. We all can rough it a little bit, but when you're doing it too much or too long, it can get to you. We also recognise that we are two different people, and the things I'm happy to put up with, Rich isn't.
Very true, and this will vary for each one of you watching it as well. Now, our point is this: we are not moaning that we've been on a 3-month trip. It has been absolutely fantastic. But I think the moral of the story is what we learned this time is that actually we really like home.
We like home, and I don't think I will be setting off for another adventure that is 3 months long, unless, I don't know, maybe if you were, I don't know. I'm not saying no to anything at all. There is a lot of continents that I'd like to ride and see that I know it will take probably that long or longer.
Yeah, but the thing about travelling is that it takes you out of your comfort zone. And I think it's very important to go back to your comfort zone, to your friends, to your family, to your own bed and your own home once in a while, and actually really appreciate what it is that we all have there and how lucky we are, you know, in our own homes and our own lives with our own family and our own friends.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like we've got a palace, because we don't. It's a very simple
We live in a small one-bed flat rented,
honestly,
like everyone else.
We don't even have a sofa. We have a table and 2 chairs to do editing, because that's what we spend most time on. So there isn't even a sofa to relax on.
But it's ours.
But
That's
it
the
is
point.
our
it's home.
place. Yeah, that's it.
and I think the UK as well has an enormous amount to offer, specifically for bikers. Bikers events, bikers cafes, the bike community. We absolutely love that, and that's one of the things. We've been away most of the summer and we've missed most of those events this year.
There is one actually going today which we didn't made it to, you know, the last
you would have
one
seen a lot of friends
the year,
there.
but yeah.
We enjoy the social aspect of motorcycling and being away, you know, just ourselves. I think we missed out on a lot of that, and we intend to go back to the UK, and we will be at as many shows as we can. And we want to, you know, come and meet everybody and interact and all the rest of it. We love all that.
We're still gonna do touring, we're still gonna do trips, and I think our travel was too much of a moment. Too much.
The moment was too long, is what you're saying, yeah. It's important to create these memories and to take them away with you, take them back home, and and have them with you. And we're just so fortunate that you guys come along with us, you enjoy our company, you're there for the laughs, the ups and the downsides as well. You know, there's plenty of crappy times, and you know, you either learn from those bad moments or you just forget about them quickly and move on. But we want to thank you all for being with us every step of the way, every mile, and hopefully you'll join us again on the next adventures. Don't forget, give us that thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.